Good morning, students. So, in the last lecture of data structure, we discussed about the one-dimension array and the two-dimension array and the representation of 1D and 2D array. So, next is the multi-dimension array. This has more than one script, and general form of multi-dimension array or the syntax of a multi-dimension array is we type the data type, then the array name, and then we declare the different subscript value. There are the size 1, size 2, and the number of the values. So like in one dimension we have only the one subscript value, and in the two dimension we have the two description or the two index value or the two subscript value. That in the two dimension we have the rows and the columns, but in the three dimension we have the rows, columns, and the other values or the other subscript value that represent the number of columns and the number of rows. For example, there is some declaration of the statement. There is an integer type of an array which have the 2, 3, and 2 index are to be enclosed, where 2, 3, and 2 represents that there are the three columns. They are the two columns having three values, and each values are to be represented twice. So they are, firstly the values are there where there are the two columns 2, 4, 3, 5, 5, 7. There are three number of rows and the two columns. These values, these are the first values for the matrix, and the second values are also represented, which states that there are also the two columns and there are the three number of rows. So the multidimensional is to be used to represent more than one rows or the more than two dimension representation. So the next one are the operations that are to be performed on an array. There are the various operations. The first one is the traversing. Traversing means accessing the elements of an array. Simply we can access, or if we initialize some array and want to print the values of all the elements of the array, that is known as the traversing process. For example, we have the 5 number of elements starting from the index 0 to 5. So we have to print all the values of all the arrays. For example, a of 0 is 10, a of 1 is 20, a of 3 is 15, a of 4 is 7, a of 5 is 8, something like these values are given. So we have to print, the user have to print all the values of all the 5 elements. So we have to traverse all the element. For example, the simple example is, if we have the any object, we can say, if we take the example of an apple, we have the 5 apples and we have to touch each apple one by one. So we have to pick each apple one by one. So all the apples should be covered. So this is the traversing process in which we touch all the objects. So in the same way, there are the number of elements, so that all the number of elements are to be printed of an array. So this process is known as the traversing process. The second one is the searching process. If we have the 5 elements and we have to search one of that element, for example, a of 2 is equals to 3, and we have to search that the 3 value is present in that array. So the searching process is to be used. There are the various algorithms that are to be used for the searching process. For example, the linear search and the binary search. Third one is the insertion. If there are the 5 elements and we have to add one more element into the array, that is the addition process, or which is also known as the insertion process of an array. Next is the deletion of an array, which means that removing some element from the array. Next is sorting. The sorting is either in the ascending order or in the descending order. If we have the 5 elements and we have to arrange all these elements either in the increasing order or in the decreasing order, that is the sorting process. So there are the various algorithms which are to be used for the sorting process, are the selection sort, bubble sort, etc. So next one is the merging. Last operation is merging. Merge means combine that elements. So combining the elements into a single unit is known as the merging process. So all these operations which we will discuss in the further presentation or in the further lectures in detail. So next are the array application. So the arrays are to be used for maintaining the multiple variable names using a single name. This can be used for sorting the element by using the different sorting technique, where the various sorting technique which are to be used to sort that element. For example, we use the bubble sort, selection sort. Arrays can perform the matrix operation on that elements, because we operate the data on the, we handle that data in the number of rows in the column. The arrays can be used in the recursive function. Recursive means the same function is used again and again. So the function calls are to be used to call the another function or the same function, so that we use the current values again and again instead of the new values, so that the memory can be utilized easily. So some of the limitations of an array are: the arrays are static, that is linear order. We cannot use the non-linear process in this. Arrays can hold the data only belonging to the same data type. Only the same data type. Either all the elements of integer type, float type, character type. So combination is not to be used in an array. So deletion is not easy because the elements are stored in the contiguous memory location. For example, we have the number of element in the memory. There are the vast number of element. For example, 1000. So to delete 501th element, so we have to search from 1 to 501. So the deletion process is difficult. So next one is the checking. The bound checking is the process of checking the limit of an array. For example, bound checking क्या होता है, to access the non-allocated memory of the non-allocated location of the memory. For example, if we give the size of an array is given 5, so there the number of element, total number of elements are 5 from starting from the index 0 to 4. So we can easily access all the elements. So if we want to access the element 10th, the 10th element is not present in this array. So if user want to print the 10th element which is not present and which is not initialized in the size of an array, size is only 5. So to access the 10th element, the compiler will always give the garbage value. That is the bound checking. Bound checking means if the array limit is exceeded or user want to access the value that is not existed, so the size of an array is 5, or we want to access the 10th element of an array which is not present or not initialized by the user, so it is very difficult for the user, or there is some memory, there is some need of extra memory, so it and accessing the memory which contain the garbage value. So this is the bound checking problem. So next one is the shortage of memory may occur if we don't know the required memory in advance. So next last one is the wastage of the memory. Wastage of the memory कैसे होती है? If we want to access, if we have the array size is 5 and we are accessing only the 5 element, only the 2 elements, but the 3 elements are not accessed or not used at any time. So the in the memory they are placed all over the time, so the memory utilization is not properly used. So the wastage of memory may occur if the large size is defined but less elements are to be processed. This is all about the one dimension array and two dimension array and three dimension array, and there are some advantages and the disadvantages of an array.